We've celebrated our wins, and now it's time for business. Pre-season has just started, but we've just received some bad news. So please excuse my language, but we no longer have a manager. Chris, along with his team, have had to step down due to pressing commitments. This was definitely a big blow, as we've just finished celebrating our wins and had great plans for the season ahead. But when duty calls, you have to answer. Chris, on behalf of AMG, we want to say thank you for your time here. It's been a pleasure having you. Now at this point, we're forced to act fast. We sent out tweets and had to look within our inner circles. Weeks went by with meetings upon meetings. Then we found the perfect match. Before we dive into this episode, I want to give a special shout out to our main sponsor, Exorno. Exorno provides recruitment services for the hospitality, business support, and tech industries. Whether you need staffing assistance or regular cleaning and maintenance, they exist to provide personalized and responsive services to help your business succeed. So whether you need to hire or you're looking for a job as a chef, kitchen porter, housekeeper, sales and HR admin, office manager, IT support, UI UX designer, or software developer, Exorno is your best choice. Get in touch today.
I'm E-Man and I'm the official manager of AMG Ballers. Welcome to my humble abode. I started really coaching about 16 in secondary school, early, I know. But I was never the best footballer, but I love the idea of team and teamwork. So I coached the year 7s and the year 8s at school. Then I kind of stepped away from coaching, went to uni, played American football. And then I think those are where I really developed the philosophies around how I wanted to play, who I was as a person. My next dabble into coaching would be the University ACS team at Nottingham Trent. Did that for a year. We were fairly successful, but again, I was just doing stuff that I found on the internet rather than having any formal training. Then work moved me away from London. I moved to a place called Gloucester. And that's where I proper got into coaching. I did my level 1, my level 2, and I coached on under 16s there, completely away from home. And it was like a roller coaster of a journey. Like I learned a lot about myself, but I also embedded how I wanted to play football. So I decided to quit my job and move back to London to take up a part-time job role as the head coach of the second team at Goldsmiths University. And that was an experience. I did that for altogether 3 years, eventually becoming head of football, running the whole program. So that was like where I really cut my teeth and learned a lot about myself. I also did the Sunday team in Croydon. I've done that for about 3-4 years. I started with the under 10s. Now I'm doing the under 15s, which again, a great experience. But what brought me to AMG, honestly, I got a call from a family friend and he was like, there's an opportunity to come in and coach, not to become the manager, but just come in and coach. And it was so have it that the old manager stepped away and I was given the reins. And it just seemed to fit. Of AMG, they have ambition. They want to be playing in non-league football, and I want to try my hand in non-league football. And if there's an opportunity for me to grow with the team, then I'm all for it. In terms of style of football, I like to see attractive, entertaining football. We're not always gonna necessarily dominate the ball, but can we attack quickly? Can we create loads of chances? And can we control the opposition? And I think we're starting to see that. I want us to create a team, and I want to create a team that has the ability to score goals in more than one way. There's not just one source of goals. So the front three can score. We can get goals from midfield, and we've got very powerful players that can contribute goals. And I think I quickly identified that in how we're trying to set up the team. For me, like I said, it's super important that we are entertaining and attractive to watch, not just for ourselves. The boys want to play that kind of football, and as well as the supporters that we are gaining around the world. So that's, for me, is super important. Well, I'm a United fan. I grew up watching Sir Alex throughout the years, and I guess that's one team that I can say, that I can make reference to, particularly that, I think, the 08-09 team. But at the same time, stylistically, more modern day, probably Klopp, even though I can't stand Liverpool. But I do like the way they play football. I don't want to just pass the ball for passing its sake. Let's pass with a purpose. We're trying to get somewhere. We're trying to score goals. That's the aim of the game, whilst, again, controlling the opposition. So that's what I would like to say stylistically I'm somewhat like. But again, it's a work in progress. I like our team to be flexible. At the moment, we go between 4-3-3 and 4-2-3-1. I think we also have the personnel in the squad to play three at the back, but at the same time, I want to say that it's something that I have to learn to coach the players. It can be somewhat of a complex formation to understand, and I want to make the players as tactically flexible as possible. And again, set pieces are an important part of the game. That's something I also want us to capitalise on. So in terms of team cohesion and team building, obviously I'm still trying to get to know the boys, who they're about. I'm starting to identify those I believe that can be leaders and the players look to. And it's important for me to try to keep them guys on side, but also setting the ground rules of what I expect from the team. For me, things I expect from the players are integrity. Be who you say you are, get to where you say you're going to get to, and just show up. And respect for the teammates, not just your teammates, the opposition and the coaches. That for me is super important, and it's almost a non-negotiable for me alongside discipline. Discipline leads to excellence, and if we want to be the team that we want to be, we require discipline. It takes hard work. It takes doing it in training so we can get the results come the start of the season. So for me, those are the key qualities I look for in players. That's what I demand from players. That's what I demand from myself. And so far, I'm seeing that the players that can't cut it, we're going to let them go. But we'll see how that goes. So my short-term goals are to have a good start to the season. I can't look past the next game, and that's just how I operate, really. It's the next game and the next game and the next game, and we'll go from there. Long-term goals is to get into step 6, to get the team into scaffold where it belongs and to progress up the ladder. And that's going to take determination, dedication from the whole team. That's the short and long-term goals. My leadership style is firm but fair. Keep an open door to the players. The one thing I don't stand for is disrespect or rudeness. We're all come here to do a job. Let's get the job done. I'm all for, having a little bit of a joke and a banter, but when it's time to work, let's get to work. That's my sort of leadership style. I guess that's been honed through the years. I take various leadership roles in my day-to-day life. I'm an older brother to 5 siblings, and so on and so forth. So leadership is super important to me, and respect is the minimum I demand from everyone that I work with or walk with. So that's me. What do I do outside of football? Football is my life. And during the summers, when we do have sun in England, I also run a barbecue business. So honestly, it's family, football, and church. That's really the reality. On Sundays where football doesn't clash with church, I'm in church. I'm a Bible Connect leader. you know, and then when I do have some time, I'm with friends and family, all sleeping because life is stressful and you need to relax sometimes. But honestly, my life mainly centers around football. I think I spend about 60% of my week coaching, training, football, or just trying to make myself better. The aim is one day to somewhat reach the lofty heights of football and make a career out of it. But until then, I'm gonna keep plugging away and working hard and, you know, trying to make better men in every area I come across. So that's me really. You know, I coach a lot, I work a lot, and I try to spend time with God.